Welcome and thank you for listening to the Without Judgment Coaching Podcast, where we dive into coaching for neurodivergent, high-achieving women who are ready to unlock their potential, regain their passion for work, and live the life that aligns with your dreams. I am Virginie, your host. I'm a life and career coach, and I believe that your career should be more than just a paycheck. In my business, I help my clients who suffer from chronic stress and who feel on the verge of burnout make strong decisions so they can lead the lives they want. Often, it seems like they've got it all on the surface, and yet, inside of them, there is this nagging little voice saying it's not enough. I'm here to share with you all the tips and tools that I've gathered over the years to help you see that you're not alone and that you can be in charge of what's going on in your brain. Tell yourself a different story to change the way you feel and show up in the world. It all starts with our thoughts. And that's good news because you can choose what you think on purpose. You can decide what you don't want to believe when it doesn't serve you. And in each episode, I'll teach you how to be on your side so that you can be successful in your own way. I am a life coach on a mission to get you to discover how to live the life you deserve. So hold my hand and let's go. Hello everyone, and welcome to Without Judgment, episode 31. Today I want to bring you a challenge that affects us all, the negative self-talk that we have in our head, and I want to share some strategies to quiet it. First, I want to bring that example of all the shoulding that we do, all the should statements, like I should be able to cook dinner every night, I should handle more projects at work, I should ask for a raise, wherever it's coming from, our network of people, our environment, or just inside our head. It is harmful because it's constant self-judgment, and over the days, weeks, months, and years, that really affects our confidence. What I want to suggest here is to reframe the should into a could. So take a minute and observe the past week, for example, and think about one instance where you were shoulding yourself. Maybe it's about the cooking. I should cook every night. Well, question it. Is it true? Do I really want that? Or is it not true? Do I actually believe the opposite, but I keep telling myself something that's wrong? Wrong for me. How about you start by telling yourself, I could meal prep on the weekend. Now, for work, instead of saying, I should handle more projects at work, maybe you could tell yourself, I could identify one priority project to really focus on for the month of November. Next point that I wanted to bring to you today is how to break your thought cycle. Our lives are very busy and it's constantly going on and on and on, and we have a hard time to pause and really observe what's going on. And sometimes that's where it gets very insidiously in our way, and we kind of get in our own way, and we can self-sabotage here. So to change our thinking around that more is not better, it's actually often the opposite, especially for neurodivergent brains, I want to invite you to try this exercise of pattern interruption. You can choose whatever activity and do it for 5 to 10 minutes to take a break. Here are my favorites. So silent meditation. I know not everyone loves that, but you can choose something else, like a walk in nature, reading a book, playing or even listening to some music, going for a run, or go and do some kind of exercise, because the goal is to create that space to be present in your mind and your body without trying to solve some kind of equation. Next, my third point and tip for you today is to challenge the impostor syndrome. The impostor syndrome shows up typically when we have accomplished something, we've finished a project, we've done a big presentation, whatever the case might be, we have done it. It is a done deal. And yet we think, well, it could have been better, or I really wish I had thought of that. And even when we get positive feedback, we minimize it. We're like, oh, that's really nice, but it wasn't just me, or oh, that I just got lucky. I don't know what luck has to do. I mean, luck always plays a role for whomever, for all of the events in our life. But I think that's not the point, is that by trying to be modest, we can sometimes really go into self-doubt and thinking or forcing our brain to observe what's going on here is really interesting, because it is great to be modest. I do agree with that. And also it is important to celebrate what you have been able to accomplish, and celebrate frequently enough that you can recognize, yes, I did that. And yes, I enjoyed doing it. Or yes, I just was capable of doing it. And I can be celebrated. I can celebrate myself by having a cup of tea, a drink, going out with some friends, whatever you wish for. Just acknowledge that you did it. And this is great. Then when you go into that kind of phase of collecting the evidence, if it's not easy for you, I want to suggest that you maybe want to keep a journal, or I do a weekly win review. Every Friday morning or evening, I think about what was going on during my week, and I tell myself, okay, what did you want to accomplish? Did it happen? Did it not happen? And why? Those kind of reviews are really helpful, especially when your brain tends to ignore the wins. And also, you can have a little journal adding all the compliments that you got, so that even if it's external validation, it is helpful for you to notice, oh yeah, I'm not the only one to think this way, or I'm not the only one to think this was helpful, or I'm not the only one to see that as contributing to that general effort. And that can be helpful for your brain as well. Now, I'm going to leave you with that for the weekend. And I want you to remember that change happens one thought at a time. So start small, but do it as a practice. Do it often and pay attention to how you use those thoughts, because the brain can evolve and be trained just with a lot of practice and a lot of patience. Have a beautiful weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Today I want to talk to you about my 6-week program that helps build your toolkit. In just 6 weeks, with that program, you will gain clarity and confidence to improve your leadership style and ability. You will also develop practical skills for managing overwhelm and really preventing burnout. We'll be able to create what work-life balance looks for you so that it's sustainable and aligns with your personal values. Then I will also show you how you can advocate for your neurodivergent needs and still excel in your leadership role. Because this is something really close to my heart. I want you to take advantage of that new 6-week program where we can focus on one goal that you have and make it happen before the end of the year. Thanks for listening today. If you've connected with what you've heard, I would love for you to take 2 quick actions. Leave a review to help others find the podcast, and share this episode with someone who might need to hear it. Now, if you're ready to transform the stories in your head into ones that serve you better, whether you're dreaming of a new job, exploring a new hobby, or building meaningful relationships, I'm here to help. Head over to without-judgment-coaching.com and book a free 30-minute discovery call with me. You can also find the link right in my Instagram bio. During our call, we'll explore how to reframe your inner narrative and make you your own best advocate. or living the life you truly want. Together we'll discuss if and how I can support you on this journey. I can't wait to connect with you and hear your story. Until next time, keep growing and thanks for being part of this community.